Not everyone's a photographer, even if everyone these days thinks they are. So what happens when your travel friends aren't photographers? How do you still get great images? How do you still get cool photos when traveling without boring your friends to death? Well, today, another day in Portugal, another road trip adventure. Emily's boyfriend Damien's here as well. So we're going on like an adventure, going cruising around. We're gonna go to Guimaraes, might be called that, might not be. We're going to the national park, and then we're gonna try to end the day in Braga. I'm not sure we can fit that all in, but we're gonna try. We don't have like concrete plans today because we don't really know how much time we have, but we're here at Guimaraes and there's a big castle here. It's much bigger than I expected. And yeah, we're just gonna explore it. When I'm out with like friends that aren't really keen on staying and finding spots and shooting photography, I always treat these days like photo location scouting because I know that sometime I'll be back. So whenever I'm out, I'm constantly searching for different angles and compositions, even if I'm not shooting, even if I'm not taking pictures. So that's like the plan for today, and hopefully by sunset, I will get to shoot some photos as well. We're inside the castle now, and everything's very ancient in here. It must date back to the 1500s, 1600s, even earlier, including these very ancient machines here that Jody's working. Jody, what are you getting? Are you getting ancient mineral water? Ancient. The mineral water comes from the 1400s. The castle was cool, and now we're just gonna cruise down into town. I'm starving. This dieting thing is like, it's not as fun as I remember it being. I'm just hungry all the time, so we're gonna go find some food, and even if yesterday was a bit of a cheat day with the bifanas and francesinha, today I'm gonna behave myself, but I don't like it. The castle is beautiful, it's really cool, but I'm not sure it's a great photo. It's not super photogenic, and I talk a lot about photogenic versus beautiful. But we're just down here getting some food, some burgers. I'm getting a salmon burger because it's healthier. And there's this church, this cathedral, and the cathedral itself is really beautiful, but even more beautiful, you've got this awesome garden leading straight into it. So if I ever get the chance to come back to Guimaraes, I'll definitely come and shoot this. To be honest, it's probably a good photo even in the middle of the day. Food was good, but it's already after 2 or 3.
After 3.
It's already after 3. And this happens a lot of times when you go out like traveling around touristing with friends. You lose them. Like we've lost Emily and Damien somewhere back there, and we're running really late, so I'm not sure we'll get everything in today that we wanted to, but we're heading to the national park, which is about an hour away. It's called Guimaraes, something like that, and from the pictures it looks really cool, and our first stop is going to be a place called Tahiti. So far the drive has been unreal here in Portugal. I've never spent time in the north of Portugal. I've never driven up inland here, and yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful, and it's been so fun to drive. We're in the national park right now, or at least in a town that's adjacent to the national park, and yeah, I have no idea. We have no plan. We're kind of just sightseeing today, cruising through, and as we do so, I'm like location scouting for future trips. So hopefully we see some cool stuff. As I mentioned, the first stop we're going to is Tahiti, which is a waterfall, not the South Pacific island. We're at Tahiti now, and it's not one big waterfall like I expected, but more like a series of waterfalls and little water holes. It's cooled off a little bit because it's night now, but I think this would be an awesome spot on a really, really hot day in the summer to just come and like hang out in these different pools. So I'll show you around a bit, and then we're gonna keep pushing down this national park and head towards Braga. Damien's British, and that just means that he's very weak because he doesn't even want to jump into the water.
I can't get out.
He's like knee high, and he's like, it's too cold, it's too cold. Just jump in, man. I'm not gonna jump in though either.
If you wanna have me there, I know I'm not gonna walk in space, no matter how you talk with me.
It's actually way more beautiful here than I expected, and there's more photos to be made than I expected. And I think part of it is that I Googled images of this place, and I didn't see anything really spectacular, but there's tons of shots here actually. I think that this is definitely a spot I need to come back to.
You never know what's up. I don't even think I'm in my league here.
We made it to Braga, and I have a complaint, just a small complaint. That park was really beautiful, and the whole drive all the way from Guimaraes all the way into the park and then back here was so beautiful, but there was nowhere to stop and pull over and take a picture. There's no viewpoint, and I get it, the roads were built before, you know, photographers and cameras and, you know, tourism was a thing, but man, there needed to be some viewpoints so I could have shown that to you guys a little bit better. But we're here in Braga, running late as usual. I actually think I lost everybody, but we're gonna go get some food, and then I'm gonna try to sneak away and find something to photograph.
But I'm so hypnotized by these feelings.
So part of being a photographer when your friends aren't photographers is that sometimes you get caught up in dinner and friendship and the good times, and you forget that you're supposed to take some pictures. So the sunset's already happened. I don't think it was good because it was cloudy, but I ditched them, and Jody's joined me because she's sweet. And yeah, we're gonna go and try to take a picture as we ditch them with the bill. So I think this behind me would make for a really cool photo, except there's all these cars in the, like, parked. And I think it just kind of kills the mood of this shot. But you have this really nice building in the background, almost framed by everything else. And yeah, it's a shame that the cars are here. So you can't see it here, but there's actually a church way up on the hill there. That's the photo location I really wanted to shoot, but you gotta make compromises with friends. And I found this when we were coming in. It's the fountain, although the fountain's not fountaining. And there's a really nice reflection. The sky's gone this really cool color. So I'm gonna do a simple shot, reflection, with this, I guess, reflecting stuff happening in the background. I think this will come out cool. Filters, I think I'm just gonna use a 3-stop soft grad for this one. Simple shot, I think F11 and whatever the shutter speed ends up. I'll probably need at least 1 or 2 seconds to smooth out this water, but we'll figure it out. Nothing super fancy today, but I think a good photo, and I think a kind of a case study in how you can live your life if you shoot photos out with your friends that don't like photography or aren't into photography. Sometimes you just gotta make compromises and you just go out and you explore, and then you try to grab those 1 or 2 minutes that you can go out and shoot photos as well. Another really good way of getting your non-photography friends in on like your photography life when you're out traveling and about is get them involved, get them in on a photo, get them to model, get them to pose. Everybody that travels, they're always looking for really cool photos of themselves. So if you want to get really cool photos, get cool photos of your friends as well. That's something that's really helpful. Yeah, get them involved. Anyways, I'm calling this an episode. The light was nice, but not great. And the day has been awesome. Portugal's so beautiful. Just get more viewpoints. And tomorrow I got another photography episode here in Portugal, and I'll see you there. Peace.